Hi, it's Jess from Madden Crafts, and let's make a fun fall throw pillow with supplies from the October mystery box. I'm going to be using the Fall Nature HTV, the Navy Buffalo Check HTV, and the Navy Twinkle HTV to create my throw pillow. All of these vinyls are included in the Expressions Vinyl October mystery box. The box also contains a cheat sheet that gives you information about what temperature you should iron the vinyl, for how long, whether it's a warm or a cool peel, and whether the vinyl is top layer only. And that's going to be important for this project. I used 2 SVGs that are included with the mystery box to create my fall pillow. I used the Leaves and Lattes SVG and the Stacked Cups SVG. In Cricut Design Space, I laid out those 2 designs so that together they were kind of a square shape. I used the alignment tool to make sure that they were centered, and then I resized those 2 designs together so that they were about 14 inches wide in total. The throw pillow cover that's included in the mystery box is 18 by 18, so that's a good size for your design. I knew that I wanted the Leaves and Lattes to be cut out of the Navy Twinkle HTV, and that I wanted alternating cups to be in the Fall Nature and Navy Buffalo Check patterns. To make sure that I kept my mats straight when it came to cutting the vinyl later, I changed the lettering to a medium blue. I changed the orange cups to a dark blue, and I changed the sort of taupe cups to a light blue. It helps keep me organized while I'm working. I designed this SVG so that the stacked cups were actually vinyl layered on top of each other, but because you can't layer the pattern HTV, we need to change this so that they are individual pieces of vinyl that look like they're layered, but are actually just touching. In Design Space, you do this by using the Slice tool. I think it's called the Subtract tool in Silhouette. I selected the bottom 2 cups from the stack and clicked the Slice button, and that removes any part where those 2 designs are touching each other. Then I delete the bottom of that dark blue mug, and then I take the remaining portions of the light blue mug, the top and the bottom, and weld them back together. This creates 2 pieces of vinyl that are adjacent to each other but not overlapping. So here I'm doing it again. I selected the next 2 cups, sliced them, and then I'm deleting the bottom of the top of those 2 cups, and then I weld the blue cup, the dark blue cup, back together again. So select 2 overlapping images, click the Slice tool, and delete the bottom of the top of those 2 cups. Then take the 2 parts of the bottommost cup and weld them together. Select 2 overlapping items, click Slice, delete the bottom of the topmost cup, and weld the remaining 2 pieces of the bottom cup back together. Do this all the way up the stack so that you don't have any pieces of vinyl that will actually overlap once they're cut. Now you have what looks like stacked vinyl, but which are actually cleverly cut images to give the impression of overlapped vinyl when they're actually just pieces next to each other. It's important that the patterned vinyl pieces not only cut from the same piece of vinyl, but they cut in the correct position. So select all of the dark blue cups and unite them so that they lock their positions in place. Do the same thing with the light blue cups. Unite those 3 elements so that they cut in the right position. Choose your machine and then look at the cutting mats, and you will see that you have the cups that are the correct shape and they're in the correct position of the vinyl. Use the cut settings on the cheat sheet to cut these all out of vinyl. Be sure to mirror your image before you cut. Remember, this is iron-on, so it needs to be mirrored. This 18 by 18 pillow cover is included in the Expressions Vinyl October Mystery Box. You will want to make sure that the zipper hem of the pillow is closest to you, so it's at the bottom before you start working on your design. Before you start adding vinyl, make sure you iron out any wrinkles on the pillow cover that may have happened as it was shipped. Now you'll want to do a dry fit of your cut and weeded vinyl pieces. You can definitely use a measuring tape in order to make sure that your pieces are centered. I'm kind of an eyeballer, but you do you. Make sure that you are dry fitting both the lettering and the cups to make sure that the entire design as a unit is centered on the pillowcase. I am going to iron the Twinkle HTV on first. So I'm going to move that over onto my pressing pad, make sure it's straight, and then I am going to press the vinyl according to the settings on that cheat sheet. The Twinkle HTV is a cold peel vinyl, which means you have to let it get completely cool before you remove that transfer sheet. Otherwise, you could risk pulling up some of the vinyl when you remove it. I just love the little shimmer that that Twinkle HTV adds to this project. It's really pretty and subtle. Now it's time to add the cups to the pillow. While you can absolutely do these cups one at a time, I was nervous that I wasn't going to get them in the correct position, so I wanted to press all 6 cups at once. In order to do that, I needed to cut the fall nature patterned HTV cups to make sure that I could fit them in like puzzle pieces in between the buffalo check cups. To do that, I took some scissors and cut right next to the vinyl. You don't want any of the carrier sheet overlapping onto the vinyl of the cups on either side. I used scissors. I realized about halfway into this process, it would have been smarter to use a paper trimmer because I would have gotten a straight line for sure, but you can do this either way. Just make sure that you are cutting right next to the vinyl to remove all the excess carrier sheet on both the top and bottom of each cup. That way you can fit them all together like puzzle pieces. I placed those cut pieces in the correct position, and since the backing paper of HTV is a little bit sticky, it holds them in position well. You just want to make sure that none of the vinyl actually overlaps and that there's no excess carrier sheet that's going to overlap the vinyl. That's going to mess up your project when you go to iron onto the pillow cover. When you have all of those pieces in the right place, you can iron them on using the heat and time recommendations found on the cheat sheet in the mystery box. The pattern vinyls are a warm peel vinyls, so you'll want to peel back that plastic as soon as it's cool enough for you to touch. It took a couple of extra steps, but I still got the look of layered vinyl in this project. Now I unzipped the bottom seam of the pillow and inserted a standard throw pillow form. This is one from IKEA, but you can find them online as well. Stuff that pillow into the pillow form and zip it back up, and you have a cute seasonal pillow for your home. I'm really happy with the way that this throw pillow turned out, and all of the materials to make this pillow are found in the October mystery box. I love the way it looks indoors, but I had to take the pillow outside to show you the way that twinkle vinyl shimmers in direct light. It's so pretty. You have to make one of these pillows.